Other thing that we did, so Don, who's on Copilot, he said, "Hey, Mark, I'm constantly dealing with Mailchimp. I've got 40-something thousand emails in Mailchimp that I'm sending emails to. The problem is, in the old database that he was using, as leads come in, he was having to mark them with an indicator saying upload to Mailchimp. So they would come in, they would tag them, they would then take that information, they would filter the database they had and export them to a CSV file, and then move them, import them into Mailchimp, taking an hour or more to deal with and go through the process. I said, Don, we can alleviate that. We just need to create a Mailchimp integration. So for those people that have Mailchimp, in the integration, you can now come into the integration area, go to Mailchimp. If you have a Mailchimp account and I've got some step-by-step instructions. They are in the updates. There's a link to the instructions on this. All you have to do is create a Mailchimp API key. You put that in. Once you put that in, it will find the audiences that are available in Mailchimp. Now, we only allow one audience. We're only going to integrate with one of those audiences. Most people only have one. If you have more, you're going to have to pick one of them. But you choose the audience. It's basically just which database that you want to be sending to. Once you select that, then you need to select the tags that you want to synchronize with. As a lead comes in to Sam, if it has this tag on it, it will then immediately send it to Mailchimp. Immediately. You can select multiple tags. So if there's other ones that you want, you can come down here and click on Fetch Mailchimp Tags. Click on that. It will go out to Mailchimp. It will find the tags that are available in Mailchimp and put them in the list. And I think I've only got the one. I've only got the one Mailchimp. But if you've got 5 or 6 or 10 or however many you've got, you simply check the ones that you want to have synchronized over. The important part here is this tag needs to be the exact same tag that you've got in SAM. Uppercase, lowercase checking, okay? So in this case, if you happen to have a Mailchimp tag that's all uppercase and you've got this one selected as uppercase M, lowercase everything else, it's only going to synchronize this one, not the all uppercase one. So you need to do some tag management, making sure they're the same in order for this to work the way you want it to work. But once you've selected that, you can, once you've selected the ones that you want, you can choose sync selected Mailchimp tags, and it will add them to SAM for you. So it'll bring those Mailchimp tags into SAM, and you can start using those as your tags that you associate people to. In Mailchimp, you also have the ability to have certain fields in the database. It comes with certain fields pre-assigned. You click on the fetch merge fields. It goes out there and it will find the merge fields that Mailchimp uses. And in which case they have, by default, they've got an address fields. They've got a birthday, a company, an F name, and an L name for first name and last name. The address field is actually multiple fields. It's the street address, the city, the state, the zip. Over here on the right-hand side, you can choose which field in SAM do you want to synchronize to the field in Mailchimp. We do this for you for the default ones, but if you've got other fields that you need to be moved over, you'll have to pick those on your own. But the birthday fields, we bring over the birthday if the birthday's filled out, the company, the first name, the last name, and the phone number. Now, whenever Mailchimp does its importing, it does some validation. It checks to see, is the address complete? Is the email a valid email? And if not, it won't allow it to go in. And so what we do is we do have a sync log option where if you click on that, it will show you kind of the errors on here. So I tried to do a ellen.wilson@example.com. Well, it came back and said, hey, example.com is not a good email. It knew it wasn't a good email, so it did not allow it to sync. So it does some validation as it's sending them over. And you can kind of get a list of things that it did not do. So just know that you have access to that. Once you've assigned all these and you click on save, then it goes ahead and it makes sure that it does the synchronization. One of the things that it does do, there's one thing that it does do and a couple things that it does not do. Whenever we save this, it does go ahead and set up Mailchimp's webhook connection so that if somebody unsubscribes from Mailchimp, it will notify Sam and it will add it to the unsubscribe list in Sam for you. However, what Mailchimp is not doing, and I don't know why it's not a bug on our end. It's a limitation, I think, of the accounts that are in there. I may not have the right account, but if somebody opens an email or if they click on an email, Mailchimp is getting notified of that, but they're not passing that notification on to us through that webhook. I've asked Mailchimp support if there's any way around that, but they've not responded yet. We are getting the notification of the unsubscribe, so I know it's working. It's just for whatever reason, they're just not passing those clicks and the opens. What would be useful there is if it did, then we would be able to assign those dates in the contact record. And if somebody clicks on something in a Mailchimp email, it could then immediately start a workflow in SAM, a routine. So, those types of connections are things that we want to make sure that we have available. But this is a big one for those people that are using Mailchimp to do newsletters and stuff like that. Those types of things you probably don't want to be doing inside of SAM because it takes so much time to deal with emails going out. But through this, the other thing is if people do mark your emails as spam and stuff like that, it can hurt your email reputation inside your SendGrid account, and you're better off doing it from the Mailchimp account.